you guys? How are you? Okay, I need your help. What time is it? 5:13. They've given me 7 minutes. What's 5:13 plus 7? At 5:20, I need you to say, get off the stage. Okay, I've got 7 minutes. Ready? Here we go. You ready? All right, my name is Cassie. I'm gonna give you a few fun facts. Ready? Homeschool mom of 2. I've lived in 5 states: Colorado, Kansas, Florida, Illinois, California. Last fact, I am a dreamer. And if I say dreamer, what does a dreamer mean? Hey, shh, a dreamer. What's a dreamer? Anybody? What's a dreamer? Thank you, someone who dreams. As I've gotten older, I have tempered my dreams. What does that mean, if I've tempered my dreams? Yes. Loud. You got it. Say it again. Okay, I've kind of like, yeah, go. Toned it down. Perfect. That's exactly right. I would say that as I've gotten older, I have become more cynical. Is cynical negative all the time? What would you say? Cynical. I've become more cynical, so I'm expecting the worst, right? So I'm walking around and I'm waiting for the shoe to drop, right? I've learned I've learned that if I expect the worst, then I can't be disappointed. Does anybody relate to that? Yeah? If you expect the worst, then you can't be disappointed, right? So I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I, in the last year, had an opportunity to pitch a book to a publisher. They wanted to know more about what I wanted to write about. God just opened door after door after door, and before I knew it, I got to sit down with the publisher and pitch my book. They loved the idea. They said, hey, we want a book, like a book proposal, which is like 100 pages. It's crazy. I spent hours creating this book proposal. I pitch it to the guy, and I sit, and I wait. Month, heard nothing. 3 months later, I heard back. He said, it's great, but it's not a good fit for us. It's too triggering. And I'll tell you, for a cynic, that was epically disappointing. I mean, I was paralyzed for months. For the next 6 months, I was super disappointed. I didn't rebound. I couldn't figure out, God, you opened door after door after door. Why did you shut this down so quickly? I was devastated. And so I kind of went into a season of heartsick. What does heartsick mean? It's kind of a weird term. Heartsick, yeah, you're sad. I was more than sad. I was actually paralyzed. I was mad at God. I was super disappointed. I couldn't imagine how he would open these doors for me to pitch this book, and then he just closed the door. And so I went through a season of heartsick until one day I was having quiet time with the Lord, and he said to me, turn to Ezekiel 36. And he said, Ezekiel 36:26, I will take your heart of stone, and I will take your heart of stone and replace it with a heart of flesh. And I thought, gosh, I really do have a very sick heart. My heart is hard. I am bitter. I am cynical. I am angry. I'm angry at God. I'm angry at the fact that I disappointed myself, that I worked so hard for this, and I had nothing to show for it. And so I spent the next 6 months white-knuckling it. What's white-knuckling it mean? White-knuckling it. Come on, somebody. Anybody? You squeeze so hard your knuckles turn white. You're doing all the right things. You're checking the boxes. You're praying. You're worshiping. You're showing up to church. You're doing all the right things in my own strength. And I was exhausted. I was retreating. Shh. Love you guys. Quiet. Thank you. I was resorting to transactional faith. I was saying, if I do this and I do that, then God's gonna show up. And I was exhausted because I was just checking the boxes. And when all is said and done, the Lord, maybe 6 months later, so we're now at a year, right? Hey, 5:17, somebody's watching time, okay? Thank you. So about a year into this season of heartsick, God took me to Ezekiel 36:26. I will take your heart of stone and I will make it a heart of flesh. But he said, you can't stop reading there, that's not it. So let me read you what the rest of what Ezekiel said, if my thing will turn around. Okay. The rest of Ezekiel 36 says, ready? It says, I am the Lord, I have spoken it, and I will do it. Who will do it? Will Cassie do it? Will Cassie's husband do it? Will Cassie's kids do it? Will white knuckling do it? Will doing all the right things, praying, I mean, that's great, but will that in and of itself do it, just checking the boxes? No. So I was asked to talk about gratitude tonight, and I think the typical, like, I'm so thankful God has done so much for me, which he has, but for me, it was more like, man, how do I come out of this season of heartsick, get up on stage and be real with you guys and say, I'm so thankful because I've just come out of a year of being heartsick. I've just come out of a year of saying, I'm gonna do all the right things, I'm gonna muster up the strength and do it. And you know what sort of brought me out of my heartsick? Do you know how God has taken my heart of stone and given me a heart of flesh? This right here. Because this is my favorite thing in the whole world, is that I get to get up and talk to you guys about how much Jesus loves you. And do you know what the enemy wants to do as I'm up here talking to you guys, sharing with you that we can take our heart of stone and God will replace it for a heart of flesh? The enemy wants you to think that if you just keep going through the motions, you muster up the strength to do it on your own, you check the boxes, A plus B equals C, that will sidetrack you from the more important things, which is just a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, right? So, I've got 1 minute. I'm gonna wrap up. What I wanna leave you with tonight in terms of gratitude and Misfit Thanksgiving is listen, so close to being done. You guys have done awesome. Listen, no amount of transactional faith is going to create a relationship with God. He wants your true heart. You guys are so good. Thank you. Listen, real quick. Okay. Thank you. Here we go. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna wrap up really quick. Listen, hey, when things don't go your way, it's okay to be angry with God. But instead of getting into a season of heartsick, trust that God will do it. He said, I am the Lord, and I will do it. You don't have to. He'll do it for you. That's why he sent Jesus to die on the cross.